Welcome to this exciting video. In this story, you'll follow Lily and her family as they start a new life in a peaceful house by the sea. You'll see how Lily explores her new home, discovers fun things on the beach, and makes a new friend. Along the way, you'll learn important English words related to nature, family, and everyday adventures. Get ready to practice your English through colorful pictures and exciting moments in Lily's life. Let's dive in and learn together.
English to Success. Your path to success.
Chapter 1. Moving to the Sea. Lily and her family were moving to a new house by the sea. It wasn't a huge house like the one they left behind in the busy city, but it was cozy, and it had something much more special: the beach. They had spent days packing and saying goodbye to their old home, but the idea of a new life by the sea made Lily feel excited and nervous at the same time. The car ride felt long, and as they drove further away from the city, Lily could see the trees turning into wide fields and eventually to the open sea in the distance. "Are we there yet?" Lily asked, her face pressed against the window. "We're almost there," her father said, smiling. "It's a small house, but it's right by the sea." When the car stopped, Lily could hardly contain her excitement. She looked out the window and saw the little house with a red roof and white walls. Bright flowers bloomed in the front yard, and the sound of the waves crashing on the beach filled the air. Lily jumped out of the car and ran toward the water, her heart racing with joy. Her mother smiled at her enthusiasm. "Let's go inside and check out our new home." The house was small but full of charm. Inside, the rooms were simple, with windows that let in the bright sunlight. Lily felt the soft warmth of the house as she explored, and a sense of comfort washed over her. She couldn't wait to start her new life here, by the sea. Chapter 2. Exploring the Beach. The next morning, Lily woke up early, the sound of the waves calling to her. The sun was shining brightly, and the sky was clear. She jumped out of bed, feeling a rush of excitement, and raced to the window. The sea looked even more beautiful than she had imagined. The water sparkled like diamonds under the sun's rays, and the gentle breeze made the tall grasses in the yard sway. Without a second thought, Lily put on her sneakers and ran to the beach. The sand was warm beneath her feet, and as she got closer to the water, she could feel the cool spray of the ocean on her face. She smiled, knowing she was standing in a place she would love forever. As she walked along the shore, Lily spotted a group of crabs scurrying across the sand. They were small and fast, each one with a little shell they carried on their backs. "Look at them!" Lily giggled, crouching down to get a closer look. She walked for hours, collecting seashells and feeling the soft breeze in her hair. She even found a shiny pink seashell that she decided to keep as a treasure. As the day went on, she felt more and more at home by the sea. Chapter 3. The New Garden. The next few days were spent getting the house and the garden ready. Lily's father worked hard in the garden, digging and planting flowers, vegetables, and herbs. Lily wanted to help, so she grabbed a small shovel and joined him. Her father smiled at her determination and handed her a flower pot. Do you want to help me plant some flowers? Lily eagerly accepted the pot and began digging a small hole in the soil. The rich dark earth felt good in her hands. Carefully, she placed a bright yellow flower in the hole and covered it gently with soil. Her father showed her how to water the plants properly, making sure they would grow strong and healthy. This garden is going to be beautiful, Lily said proudly, looking at all the flowers and plants that now filled the garden. When they finished, they sat on the porch, watching as the sun began to set. The garden, now full of color, was a perfect reflection of their new life here by the sea. Chapter 4. The First Sunset. That evening, Lily's parents suggested they watch the sunset together. The day had been warm, and the sky was now turning shades of pink, orange, and purple. It was the first sunset Lily would see at her new home. They walked down to the beach and found a spot where they could sit and enjoy the view. As the sun sank lower and lower, Lily felt a sense of peace that she had never experienced before. The sea stretched out before her, glowing golden in the setting sunlight. "This is beautiful," Lily said softly. "I love the sunsets by the sea," her mother replied. "It's one of my favorite things about living here." Lily leaned her head against her mother's shoulder, feeling the warmth of the moment. Her father sat beside them, his arm around them both. Together, they watched as the sky darkened and the stars slowly appeared, twinkling above them. After a long silence, her father said, "We're lucky to be here." Lily smiled, agreeing with him. She was beginning to understand just how special their new home was. It felt like the perfect place for their family. Chapter 5. The Surprise Visitor. One morning, Lily was playing near the water when she saw something moving in the distance. As she got closer, she realized it was a small brown dog running toward her. The dog had big, friendly eyes and a wagging tail. "Hey there," Lily called out, kneeling down to greet it. The dog barked happily and jumped around in circles. Lily laughed and petted the dog. "Where did you come from?" she asked, looking around. The dog didn't seem to have an owner, but it clearly wanted to be friends. Lily decided to bring the dog home. She carefully led it back to the house, where she gave it some water and a little food. Her parents came outside and saw the dog. "Where did this dog come from?" her mother asked. "I think he likes us," Lily said, smiling. "Can we keep him?" Her parents looked at the dog for a moment, then at each other. "We'll think about it," her father said with a smile. The dog sat down happily on the porch, wagging its tail as if waiting for their decision. It seemed to know he was home. Chapter 6. A Day at the Market. The next morning, Lily's family decided to visit the local market. The small town market was colorful, filled with fresh fruit, vegetables, and homemade goods. Lily felt excited to explore all the stands. Her parents bought apples and oranges, while Lily wandered around, looking at everything. She stopped by a stall selling fish, where the fisherman smiled at her and told her about the best fish to catch from the sea. Lily was fascinated by the bright scales and the smell of the ocean on the fish. Next, she found a stand with handmade toys, and there, Among the wooden dolls and little cars, she spotted a small wooden boat. It was painted with bright colors, and Lily instantly knew she wanted it. Her father noticed her looking at it and smiled. Would you like that? Yes, Lily replied, eyes wide with excitement. Her father bought the boat, and Lily hugged it tightly. Thank you, Daddy, she said, feeling like the luckiest girl in the world. On the way home, they carried their new toy together, and Lily couldn't wait to try it out at the beach. Chapter 7. The Little Boat. Back at the beach, Lily couldn't wait to try her new boat. She carefully placed it on the water's surface and watched as it slowly floated with the waves. The boat drifted gently, and Lily followed it along the shore, making sure it didn't get stuck in the rocks. She cheered when it returned to the edge of the water. It works! She shouted, jumping up and down with excitement. She spent the whole afternoon playing with her boat, racing it along the shore and chasing it as it drifted with the waves. She could hardly believe how much fun she was having. The sea was the perfect place for her new toy. Chapter 8. A Stormy Night. One evening, the sky turned dark and the wind began to howl. Lily's mother told her to get ready for bed, but the loud storm made it hard to sleep. The rain came down in sheets, and the house creaked as the wind rattled the windows. Lily felt scared and ran to her parents' room. Is everything okay? She asked, her eyes wide with worry. Her mother hugged her tightly. It's just a storm, Lily. Don't worry. Lily sat with her parents in the living room, listening to the rain as it pounded against the windows. The storm was loud, but the warmth of the house made her feel safe. The storm is strong, but we're safe here, Lily said quietly. Her father smiled and nodded. Yes, we are. As the night went on, the storm passed, and by morning the sky was clear again. The sea was calm once more, and Lily couldn't help but smile at the peace that followed the storm. Chapter 9. The Dog's Name. Lily's parents decided that they would keep the dog, and they needed to give it a name. What should we call him? Her mother asked, looking at the dog who was now resting in front of the fireplace. Lily thought for a moment, then grinned. How about Buddy? He's my buddy, her father chuckled. Buddy is a great name. From that day forward, Buddy became a permanent part of their family. He followed Lily everywhere, from the garden to the beach, and even inside the house. Buddy was more than just a pet. He was Lily's loyal friend, always there to keep her company. Chapter 10. The Best Place to Be. As weeks passed, Lily grew more and more in love with her new home by the sea. She spent her days playing by the beach, helping in the garden, and exploring the town with her family. Buddy was always at her side, and together they made countless memories. One afternoon, as Lily sat on the porch, watching the waves crash against the shore, she smiled. This place was everything she had ever wanted. I love it here, Lily said, her eyes sparkling with happiness. Her father, sitting beside her, smiled. We love it too. The little house by the sea had become their home, And Lily knew that no matter where life took them, this would always be the best place to be.